Education isn't just about knowing the right answers. It's about knowing what questions to ask. What impact can our research have on reducing climate change? Why do humans need a supportive environment to show who they really are? How can we innovate to prepare our graduates for the industry of the future? Where can we make changes to enhance accessibility? When will we have a society based on inclusiveness and fairness? Who makes community? At the Technological University of the Shannon Midlands Midwest, we prepare students to ask the questions that will define the future success of our society. Across our 6 campuses of Clare Street and Moylish in Limerick, Athlone, Clonmel, Thurles and Ennis, we have the people, we have the passion and the technology that creates space for learning, where knowledge thrives. The future belongs to those who can find patterns and imagine a new way to apply traditional disciplines. Our future leaders will have the empathy and the observational skills to see how the world works and how it could be better. They will ask what, they will ask why, where, when, who, how. This questioning spirit, this thirst for knowledge, this drive for innovation flows deep in our university. TUS, where knowledge flows deep.
If you're ready, next then. Just one fanfare in this football, fanfare number 4. Perfect, thank you.
As well as great hope and excitement for the future. As a parent, family member, or guardian of the graduands here today, you have done your job in shaping their mind and filling their heart. Now it's time to take a step back and let them shine. All of their work has trained them for what is about to become and the start of their story and their journey. The order of ceremonies is in your booklet, and this is the 4th graduation ceremony out of 7 that we have had over the course of the three days across our 4 faculties. A couple of safety issues. Fire exits are very clearly marked, 2 behind me, 2 at the side, and indeed the entrance point at which you came into the arena. In the unlikely event of a fire operating, please follow my colleagues and our stewards safely towards the fire exits. In addition, please keep all aisles free of belongings so that conferees will have free movement to and from the stage during the ceremony. Please note that we are strictly adhering to all COVID guidelines, so you are required to wear your mask throughout the ceremony, and please remain in your allocated seats. As you will see, we have a photographer here with us today, Jeff Harvey Photography in Tullamore, and Pat from Lafayette Photography. They are all here to capture special moments in the arena for the ceremony. Individual photos for those that have pre-booked will be taking place in the MPH building by Lafayette Photography after the ceremony. We are not going to clap for each individual recipient, as we have a lot of graduands to go through. So at the end of each programme, your head of department will instruct you to stand up and take a well-deserved standing ovation and clap for your group collectively. During our conferring ceremony this afternoon, we will confer each row via their programme as set out in the graduation booklet. You follow our colleagues to the bottom of the stage here to the left-hand side. You will enter and exit on your right-hand side after receiving your parchment from our president. Our beautiful music this afternoon, as the sun is shining through in our windows, has been provided by the 2nd Brigade Band from the Defence Forces, who are conducted expertly by Captain Thomas Kelly. We are delighted and privileged that they were able to provide a wonderful accompaniment for the ceremony today and while you were waiting. So can we please give them a round of applause? Can you please make sure that your mobile phones are turned off or at least turned to silent? And a reminder for all our guests on campus that our campus is proudly a non-smoking and non-vaping campus, so if you could respect that. At the commencement of the academic ceremony in just a moment, I'm going to ask you to stand as the academic procession proceeds into the arena up the central aisle, and they are going to gather on the platform here to me on the left-hand side. I will ask you to remain standing until the academic procession has concluded and all parties are on stage and seated. So, to give you a little bit of background into the history and significance into some of the elements that form part of our ceremonies today. Our academic procession is hierarchical, with academics walking into the arena first. This is then followed by President of TUS, Professor Vincent Conan, Registrar and Vice President of Academic Affairs, Francis O'Connell, Chair of our governing body, Josephine Fehley, Dean of Faculty of Business and Hospitality, Michelle McKeown-Bennett, Head of Department of Accounting and Business Computing, Dr. Trevor Prendergast, and Head of Department of Hospitality, Tourism and Leisure Studies, Dr. Anthony Johnston. The academic dress that you are wearing this afternoon adds colour, spectacle, and a real sense of occasion to our conferring ceremonies. Your gown, hood, sleeves, and caps and colours are all distinctive elements of our academic dress. You will note, as the procession arrives into the arena, that bonnets are worn by our President, our Registrar, and Chair of our governing body. There is also a lovely little graduation tradition called Turning of the Tassel. You are all wearing motorboard caps this afternoon. Tassels are black for the motorboard caps, and all graduands should wear their tassel to the right-hand side of the motorboard cap until you have been conferred with your award, when you then place the tassel to the left, hence the tradition, the turning of the tassel. This tradition symbolises your transition from student to graduate. So my advice, ladies, gentlemen, and graduands, is to sit back and enjoy our graduation ceremony this evening. Orrin Hatch once said that graduation is not the end. It is simply the beginning. So, ladies and gentlemen, if we are ready, we will stand and begin our graduation ceremony for the Technological University of the Shannon.
Please be seated. Díobh go léir agus fáilte go batha luan. President, Chair of Governing Body, members of Governing Body, distinguished members of staff, graduates, family, guardians, friends, ladies and gentlemen. I warmly welcome you to the Technological University of the Shannon Midlands Midwest and to our middle of the 7 graduation ceremonies to be conducted on the Athlone campus of our Technological University over 3 days, encompassing 4 faculties, including the Faculty of Continuing Professional Online and Distance Learning, the Faculty of Science and Health, your own faculty, the Faculty of Business and Hospitality, and tomorrow we have the Faculty of Engineering and Informatics also. Today is a very proud day as we celebrate in person these inaugural TUS graduation ceremonies with you, our graduates. During these ceremonies, we will confer over 2,275 academic awards from level 6 to level 10, including 1,944 undergraduate awards, 316 postgraduate awards, 3 Masters by Research and 9 PhDs. My name is Frances O'Connell, Vice President for Academic Affairs and Registrar, and today it is my honour and privilege to be with you to act as the MC for this graduation session. Our conferring session is the highlight of our academic year, one that brings great joy not only to you, our graduates, and your family, guardians and friends here today, but it creates great pride for our university community, made up of academics, professional, faculty and support staff, who have all directly and indirectly contributed to your journey, and that culminates today with your public conferring. It gives me great pleasure to introduce you to the members of the presiding top table at this conferring ceremony. So from left to right as you view them, Ms. Cora McCormack of the Quality Office, our President, Professor Vincent Cannan, President of the Technological University of the Shannon Midlands Midwest, Ms. Josephine Feherty, Chair of the Governing Body of the Technological University, Ms. Michelle McKeown-Bennett, the Dean of the Faculty of Business and Hospitality. I'd also like to welcome the members of the academic staff in the faculty and the department, both on the stage and also in the audience. I'd also like to welcome members of our governing body who are also joining us in the audience today. Before I commence the formal proceedings, I welcome and thank the 2nd Army Brigade Band for their contribution to today's ceremony, celebrating your special day through music under the stewardship of Captain Thomas Kelly. Finally, and most importantly, I welcome you, our graduates. This day is all about marking your academic achievement. It is a day that you get to publicly celebrate this with your family, guardians and friends, and the community of staff right across our technological university. We stand with you today to acknowledge formally this significant milestone in your life and your careers. So to give you a short overview of today's graduation session, we will start with the formal address by the chairperson of the governing body, Ms. Josephine Feherty. It will be followed by the formal commencement of the conferring ceremony by the President, Professor Vincent Cannan, and the notice of the conferral of awards. The Dean of your faculty will then introduce the awards to be presented, and each graduate's name will then be called individually by your head of department under your class group. It is then followed by a formal address by our President, Professor Vincent Cannan. So now we will get underway, so I call upon the Chair of the Governing Body, Ms. Josephine Feherty, to address you today. Thank you.
Thank you, Francis, for that introduction, and good afternoon, everybody. Aghoini Ushla Illig is mór an ordam, fáilte choróibh inniu, chuig an céad searmanis bronta céime de chuid na hallscoile teicneolaíochta nua tús, láirtíre agus an ranníorthair. Con rang fiche héan a ahent is a ceiliúra, cóghordas go mór live go léir. Welcome, distinguished guests, and especially welcome to you, our graduands. It is an honour for me to be here with you today for the inaugural graduation ceremony of TUS, the Technological University of the Shannon, Midlands and Midwest. Today we recognise and celebrate the class of 2021. Congratulations to all of you. It is my privilege to be the first chair of the first governing body of TUS, Ireland's first trans-regional university. There's a lot of firsts in that, but it's a big deal. The launch of TUS on October the 1st, 2021 was a significant day in the educational life of this country and in the economic and social life of the Midlands and Midwest regions. Designation as a technological university will enable TUS to build on the achievements and successes of its forebears, the Athlone Institute of Technology and Limerick Institute of Technology. It will open up capacity and provide access to the highest level of education, technology and research to a hinterland of 850,000 people and growing. TUS is a new kind of university, one which will drive enhanced development across the Midlands and Midwest with a consolidation of expertise that will further strengthen its competitiveness and attractiveness as a region for business. For example, research of national importance is already underway in TUS's Athlone campus in areas such as the circular economy, smart drug delivery and sterilisation. TUS will also make a significant impact internationally. Even though it's Ireland's newest university, your alma mater has an educational footprint in 105 different countries around the world. On the Athlone campus alone, we have students drawn from 84 nations, reflecting the globalized nature of this campus. This past 18 months have posed unprecedented challenges for all of us, including for the higher education sector. It makes it even more remarkable that the development of THUS largely occurred during the global pandemic, and it is a credit to all concerned. The launch, however, was only phase one. The challenge now is to consolidate and grow, to develop and thrive, and to exploit the opportunities available to THUS while holding on to the ethos of both AIT and LIT. An ethos of supporting access to education, of responsiveness to business, and to the communities which our 6 campuses serve. The last 18 months has also meant that you, our graduates, have not had a typical student's path to this day. You've had your studies disrupted, not to mention your social lives. And if you're making up for lost time on the social front, can I ask you please to do so carefully for your own sakes? Your next steps and your life and work choices may also have been impacted by the pandemic. Perhaps some of those impacts will be for the better. I certainly hope so. You've had one other change, which I hope you will view as positive. You signed up to study in Athlone Institute of Technology, and today you graduate with an award from a technological university. You, the class of 21, are, and always will be, the first ever to receive an award from THUS. As the first graduates of THUS, I hope you will remain fiercely proud of your alma mater and work with us to collectively leverage the Midlands and Midwest regions for the betterment of all who reside here as we move towards a post-pandemic life, a life which feels as if it will be different somehow. You should also be fiercely proud of yourselves. It took focus and resilience, as well as hard work, to achieve the success which you are celebrating today. Give yourselves a very large pat on the back. Say thank you to those who supported you, your families, your friends, your tutors. You know who they are. And I wish you every possible success in the next phase of your lives, wherever that may take you. Cógáirdeas a ríist the rang fiche fiche héan. Bachordaíomh a bheith anbhródúil fad. Guim gachra oribh as seamach cibé bóthar a rán óisibh. Gur a míle maith agaibh is canairí liv goléir. Thank you.
Josephine. Thank you for your very warm address and the recognition of the challenges that we've all gone through, yourselves particularly, in terms of being here today. And also recognising the history and culture of the former institutes that have formed THUS and how that will shape our future also. President, I now call upon you to officially commence the academic conferring and the conferral of awards.
Har cion na hólscoil technoliaachta na Seona, dar tíre, irtar lár, rónam dacnach tani, oglamóri na hólscoil technoliaachta, a tar éis an cagdan sin na bhaintseamach. Agus éiream go chorfa na oglamóri sin, I mo láthair, chun a bar a chóbhar dubh go formúil. On behalf of the Technological University of the Shannon, Midlands Midwest, I hereby confer awards on the learners of the Technological University who have achieved the standard for those awards and I ask that those learners be presented to me so that I may formally present them with their parchment.
Thank you, President. I'm now delighted to invite your Dean, Michelle McKeown-Bennett, to present her conferees for award. Those to be conferred are outlined in your conferring booklet from page 29 to page 34. Thank you.
Thank you, Frances. Good afternoon, all. As the Dean of the Faculty of Business and Hospitality, it is my great pleasure to welcome all of our conferees who completed programmes from the Department of Accounting and Business Computing and the Department of Hospitality, Tourism and Leisure Studies here today. Today we confer graduates from Level 6 to Level 9 programmes across a diverse range of disciplines. These disciplines include accounting, sports management, culinary arts, tourism and hospitality management and data analytics. We also confer today Level 7 and Level 8 programmes focusing on business, social enterprise and community development, delivered in association with our partners Equal Ireland, who we are also delighted to welcome joining us today. This is the last year we confer graduates from our Bachelor of Business in Equine, and I would like to recognise and thank all who have made this programme a great success, including our partners Garteen Agricultural College, Anna Harvey Stables and the programme staff, who have worked very, very hard to make it such a great success. 2020 and 2021 was a challenging year for the hospitality and tourism industry in Ireland, but tourism is a resilient industry framed by its ability to endure shocks and recover from rapid change. The tourism sector has historically rebounded strongly post-crises and has been a major driver of Irish economic growth for many decades. Graduates from the Department of Hospitality, Tourism and Leisure Studies will benefit from a world of opportunity as the sector emerges from the COVID-19 pandemic. Our Technological University of the Shannon graduates are entrepreneurial, innovative and are critical thinkers. They capitalise on opportunities. They enhance our local region through creation of employment opportunities, through social entrepreneurship and through civic engagement. We are confident they will continue to transfer knowledge from the classroom into practice in industry when they go into employment. To all of the graduates, on behalf of my faculty colleagues, I want to offer our warmest congratulations on reaching this point. I know that we have asked a lot of you during your time with us, and you, in turn, have responded with commitment, perseverance, good humour and a lot of hard work. Wherever your next steps take you in your career pathway, we will always be with you on that journey. Your award parchment is proof of that commitment. We look forward to the day your journey brings you back to us as an expert in your field and as a member of our alumni. Well done and thank you. To your families, thank you. Thank you for supporting your graduate in reaching this day of celebration. Finally, I wish to thank all the staff of the faculty for making this day possible for you. They have worked extremely hard, especially over the last 18 months to ensure we reach this day. So again, thank you all. President, I am satisfied that the following candidates have successfully completed programmes of study within the Faculty of Business and Hospitality and are worthy of the awards about to be conferred upon them. I invite you now to present them to with their parchments. All graduates not attending today's ceremony are conferred in absentia. I now call upon my colleagues, Dr. Trevor Prendergast, Head of Department of Accounting and Business Computing, and Dr. Tony Johnson, Head of Department of Hospitality, Tourism and Leisure Studies, who will introduce the conferees of our faculty today. Thank you.
Thank you, Michelle. The Bachelor of Business in Equine, Jane Colbeck. Agil Campbell. Patrice Doolan. Rachel Egan. David Judge. Saoirse McCourt. Edwina Neelan. Laura Patterson. Siobhan Poynton. Joseph Toman. And that completes the graduates. So I'll invite the graduates of the Bachelor of Business in Equine to stand up, and please give them a round of applause. Well done. The next programme is the Bachelor of Arts in Business, Enterprise and Community Development. Maria Brennan. Maura Canning. Hollis Kenton Okunkubar. I hope I pronounced that right. Nora Corcoran. Jack Donovan. Joseph Doyle. Dawn Finn. Tim Ford. Michelle Hertrich. Frank Jones. Ensat Lucy Kamvembe. Alida Campoto. Gerarda Callagher Maloney. Amanda Kelly. Bridget Madden. Sidhu Makaya Manzambi. Emma McCarthy. Annette McCormick. Fiona McHugh. Tracy McIntyre. Precious Mokena. Sarah Kate Murphy. Owaduni Mustafa. Tracy Noon. Christine Nakoma. Taryn O'Brien. Linda O'Connor. Diane O'Farrell. Louise O'Leary. Mary O'Sullivan. Mofe Edith Oger Canoni. Geraldine Power. Aisling Quinn. Michael Ryan. Maria Spencer. Joseph Starrett. Nicoletta Tarzanska. And that completes the Bachelor of Arts in Business, Enterprise and Community Development. Please give them a round of applause. Our next programme is the Bachelor of Arts Honours in Business, Social Enterprise, Leadership and Management. Joseph Chomkumua Ahumebe. John Deasy. Kira Dolan. Rihanna Feerick. Nuala Fitzgerald. Karen Green. Frida Hajuk. Paula Hanley. Kira Horan. Kate Keating-Kelleher. Bernadette Kenny. Fiona McDonough Delaney. Connie McKeown. Angela Murray McFadden. Cora Maria O'Donnell O'Sullivan. Siobhan O'Mahony. Caroline O'Shaughnessy. Praise Osuji. Patricia Owens. Tara Roberts. Dervla Silk. Jean-Marie Tankang Zhujiang. Christopher Joseph Verling. And that completes the graduates of the Bachelor of Arts and Honours in Business, Social Enterprise, Leadership and Management. Please give them a round of applause. We now move on to the Bachelor of Arts Honours in Accounting. Ciara Blackweir Cadden. Ciara is also the recipient of the Student of the Year Award. Well done, Ciara. Kellyanne Bohan. Chao Cheng. Rebecca Daly Prendergast. Mark Dolan. Chloe Farrell. Kira Ham. Catherine Harley. Kyle Higgins. Kate Hughes. Chatarika Jayalath. Colm Kilcline. John Hua Lee. Jin Wei Lee. Pui Phuan Leo. Yu Jean Locke. Caitlin Lucky. Jacinta Maguire. Dermot McCabe. Megan McCarthy. Leon McKeown. Jakub Mravich. Ker Jin Ong. Zayang Pu. Anne Maria Shaju. Cian Sheridan. Beatrice Souza. Jingyu Yang. Han Yi. Grangran Zai. And that completes the Bachelor of Arts honours in accounting. Please give them a round of applause. I now hand you over to my colleague, Dr. Tony Johnson, Head of Department of Hospitality, Tourism and Leisure Studies.
Thank you, Trevor. The Higher Certificate in Business in Sport and Recreation, Chloe Barry. Hannah Flynn. Ethan Kyo. Arminas Kuzmenko. Darcy Lawless. Warren Mansfield. Amy Mulvey. Bradley Okaija. A round of applause, please, for the graduates of the Higher Certificate in Business and Sport and Recreation. The Bachelor of Business in Sport Management, Thomas Fordham. Cormac Gavin. Dylan Hutchinson. Robbie Kennedy. Rashin Malhan. Connor Murphy. Graham O'Brien. Congratulations to the graduates from the Bachelor of Business in Sport Management. The Bachelor of Business Honours in Management in Sport and Tourism, Conor Bracken. Cormac Coffey. Owen Conroy. Ryan Fallon. Patrick Grennan. Lauren Higgins. Saskia Kyo. Nicole Leonard. Brian McAvoy. Nicole Murphy Furlong. Aaron O'Donoghue. James O'Hara. Cian Ryan. Congratulations to the graduates of the Bachelor of Business Honours in Management and Sport and Tourism. The Higher Certificate in Arts and Culinary Arts, Susanna Agbel Kra. Tanisha Conroy. Katharina Costello. Clodagh Coyne. Chelsea Devine. Niamh Dunphy. Philip Leach. Owen Leonard. Caitlin McCarthy. Brian McGowan. Ailish Ryan. Raimonda Spakiskate. Marcin Tomaszewski. Niall Unwin. Patricia Ward. Could invite the graduates of the Higher Certificate in Arts and Culinary Arts to stand for a round of applause, please. The Bachelor of Arts in Culinary Arts, Caitlin Carnegie. Maria Dunn. Zarif Dunn. Jerry Hawk. Alison McCarville. David Morris. Jordan Rohan. Aaron Williams. If the students from the Bachelor of Arts in Culinary Arts would rise, please, for a round of applause. The Higher Certificate in Arts in Bar Supervision, Nicholas Greenway. Arletta Canty. Stuart Kelly. Ivan Kennedy. Evan Maloney. Aaron McCall. Kieran Mullen. Africa Nestor. Joseph Newman. Ailish O'Hanlon. Connor Rattigan. I think they're all still moving, so we don't need to ask them to stand, but a round of applause, please, for the Higher Certificate in Arts and Bar Supervision students. The Bachelor of Arts in Hotel and Leisure Management, Ethan Bowdry. Jeremy Clark. Ava Doolan. Rachel Downs. Jasmine Gaffey. Chloe Gavigan. John Hogan. Ryan Kilroe. Mark Pele. Keith Pirtle. Linley Sawala. Jessica Witt. Congratulations to the graduates of the Bachelor of Arts in Hotel and Leisure Management. The Bachelor of Business Honours in Tourism and Hospitality Management, Akaridi Akindele. Aisling Byrne. Alexandra Gornikova. Bradley Joubert. Maeve McNulty. Robert Teep. Hannah Tillman. Congratulations to the graduates of the Bachelor of Business Honours in Tourism and Hospitality Management. That concludes the graduates from the Department of Hospitality, Tourism and Leisure Studies, and I'm now going to pass you back to my colleague, Dr. Trevor Prendergast, to conclude the graduates from the Department of Accounting and Business Computing.
Thanks, Tony. So, we present to you the Higher Diploma in Science and Computing, Aaron Byrne. Stuart Locke. Gary Wheeler. And that concludes the Higher Diploma in Science and Computing. Please give them a round of applause. The next up is the Higher Diploma in Science in Data Analytics. Fiona Keneally. Anna Saiganek. Ferga Flynn. Thomas Fury. Peter Callahan. Deepa Manoharan. James Noon. Laura Padro de Assis. Deirdre Roach. Pavel Stasiuk. And that completes the Higher Diploma in Science and Data Analytics. Please give them a round of applause. Machine learning. Our next program is the Postgraduate Diploma in Teaching, Learning and Assessment. Lynn Allen. Olivia Craig. Aileen Kelly. And that completes the Postgraduate Diploma in Learning, Teaching and Assessment. Please give them a round of applause. We now move on to the Master of Science in Data Analytics. Gitu Benison. Andrew Delaney. Elma Edison. Keith Hamilton. Ka Yi Ho. Jin Ing Hong. Depeche Jane. Mokshit Jane. Anna Twinkle Jaxie. Kan Ro Ko. Edmas Meng Shang Lai. Jing Heng Li. Cathal Mannion. Jia Hui Ong. Laksham Farba Pad Mashkan Valapalli. Lavin Richard. Chaitanya Saxena. Raghav Saxena. And Marcus So. And that completes the Master of Science in Data Analytics. Please give them a round of applause. Our next program is the Master of Arts in Accounting. Liam Burns. Brian Byrne. Sinead Farrell. Martin Fitzharris. Adam Gannon. Kamral Hashan. Charlene O'Loughlin. Editya Wodyak. Christopher Woods. And that completes the Master of Arts in Accounting. Please give them a round of applause. I'll now hand you back to our Registrar, Francis.
Thank you, Tony and Trevor. So that's the very serious and formal piece of the conferring ceremony over. So I know you're all sitting there, and your families are, and you as graduates, you're missing some of your friends who can't be here today. So I'd really like you to give the loudest and warmest round of applause that can be heard in the countries represented by the flags behind me, because they represent the countries that all of our graduates come from. So please, a big round of applause. nearly, not quite New Zealand, I'd say, but nearly. So I now invite the President of TUS, Professor Vincent Kinane, to give his graduation address. Thank you.
Just when you thought it was time to go home. Adina Ushla, Ta Hassan Dor Marm, Den Shahanu, August White Lo McCaid Mila Falcha, the Curriv Galair. Graduates, that's you there now. Graduates, your parents, family members, chair of our governing body, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. As the new president of the Technological University of the Shannon, Midlands Midwest, it is my honour and privilege to welcome you here today to our inaugural graduation ceremonies for TUS at our Athlone campus. Our graduation ceremony here today is the fourth graduation ceremony of many that will take place across our 6 TUS campuses. Over the coming weeks, we will also celebrate the inaugural graduates of TUS across our Moylish and Clare Street campuses in Limerick, Ennis, Thurles and Clonmel. And at the heart of each of these campuses is a dynamic, close-knit community of learners, represented in the Midlands by 7 ceremonies across the 3 days of graduation on this campus, when we will confer 1,944 undergraduate students and 329 postgraduate students, including 3 Masters by Research and 9 PhDs. But today is a momentous day for you, our newest graduates, for your family and loved ones present in our Athlone International Arena, and those watching our graduation live stream at home. It is also a proud day for our TUS Athlone campus community, who have helped you and supported you on your journey. And indeed, it's a historic day for our entire TUS family. And today that TUS family, of which you are now alumni, our first alumni, comprises 6 campuses and 4 counties. We are over 14,000 students and over 2,000 staff, full-time and part-time. We are a collective region of stakeholders on the shared journey to impact today's world and lead the world of tomorrow across social, cultural and economic domains. Our TUS family comprises students, staff and stakeholders who have delivered with us our shared ambitions, not just to be Ireland's newest technological university, Ireland's first trans-regional university, but to be Ireland's best technological university. And we will become the best because of our people. And those people include each of you sitting here today. Sitting in front of me is the inaugural graduates of our new university. And you, the student, now you're our graduates, are at the heart of this technological university. Our entire community that is represented here today has shared this journey with you, supporting you along the way. And it's this supportiveness that's one of the hallmarks of our community. And I think it makes us unique and has enabled you to achieve your goal of graduating, to sit here today in your academic dress, proud of who you are, whom you have become during your time with us, and no doubt dreaming of your future, just like we are doing in TUS. Our stories, yours as a new graduate and ours as a fledgling university, they follow a similar path. We both share aspirations for the future. We have ambitions to be the best, to make a difference in the world, and to shape, to create, to innovate, and yes, to lead. However, our story, like yours, didn't just begin today. The foundations for our TUS story have been laid down over generations in the Midlands and Midwest through our 2 founding institutions of AIT and LIT. We stand on the shoulders of this knowledge, this expertise, this heritage. We respect its provenance as it has proudly provided us with our DNA. Above me, as I stand before you today, you will see our new emblem, represented by a bridge and water. And that emblem, our emblem, is more than symbolic. It tells our story. Because our bridge connects our communities along the Shannon, on both sides of the Shannon, to each other. It connects our regions to the rest of the country and to the world. And that symbol also has education, because education itself is a bridge. It provides learners with opportunities for self-development, to succeed and to drive change. And our bridge symbolizes accessibility and inclusion, and it represents the core of our new multi-campus university as one, united. As you've heard, we are a region of over 850,000 people, bordering half of almost every county in the Republic. And we are linked by water. The magical River Shannon's water is often referred to as the well of knowledge. It has served as an ancient route for knowledge sharing for hundreds of years. And up the river from here, pardon me, from where we sit today, lies Clonmacnoise, an ancient monastery on the banks of the River Shannon, founded by St. Ciarán in the 6th century. The monastery flourished and became a seat of great learning, a university of its time, with students from all across Europe. It became a place of reverence and excellence in learning that typifies a period in Irish history when Ireland was known as the land of saints and scholars. More scholars than saints today, I think. And today, centuries later, through the beginning of our story, that sense of knowledge flows deep. And a university of our time stands proud once more on the banks of the Shannon, here in the Midlands and the Midwest. But it's not just knowledge that flows deep in our university. Community too flows deep. And our ambition to serve as a resource for the people living in these regions and beyond, linked by the River Shannon, is unfolding. The ambition of TUS is to impact our communities, our region here, and indeed to have a global impact through our knowledge creation and the sharing of that knowledge. We want to lead the development of our regions here in the Midlands and the Midwest, to sustain a virtuous cycle so that our students can study in our campuses and our graduates can live, work and raise families in our regions. We want to encourage the inward investment of Indigenous companies and foreign direct investment into our regions, to strengthen our clusters that already exist in things such as software, technology, smart manufacturing, professional services, including financial services, medical technology and biopharmaceuticals, to name but a few. We want our university, our new type of university, our technological university, at the centre of an ever-growing regional ecosystem. Because regional development will be at the core of the Technological University of the Shannon. It's not just a legislative requirement of the TU Act of 2018, but a founding principle of TUS, and it too is deeply embedded in our DNA. Our university is about developing and enhancing our regions by working together collaboratively. It's about our stakeholders across civic, social, industry and business realms, working in a symbiotic way to achieve the shared goals of the region. It's about developing and sustaining our collaborative, cross-cutting research and further enhancing our capacity to enrich civic, social and cultural engagement while providing all learners with new and essential access and pathways. Now, graduates, your story and your student story, which began when you first walked through the doors of this institution, this campus. You came from different routes, some through the CEO, some through PLC colleges and further education institutes, others through our access programs, and others through our apprenticeship offerings. Through these different pathways on your journey into higher education, you became a member of this community. When you studied here, you made friends with classmates. You leaned into our teaching and learning supports and were guided each step of the way by our dedicated academic and professional management and support staff. To those staff members right across our community, on behalf of our graduates, I thank you. Thank you for your professionalism, for your support, for your determination, and also your empathy in encouraging each of our 2,273 graduates. And whilst our community of staff provided you with essential scaffolding to help you during your time with us, it was you, graduates, you did the work. You persevered through significant challenges, especially during the COVID pandemic, and that forced you to adapt how you learn. You showed remarkable resilience, agility, strength and determination during this period, which I know was personally challenging for so many of you. I know there were struggles along the way, and there were personal losses for some. But despite these challenges, I am so grateful to be able to stand here today as the inaugural president of TUS, our university, to hand you your parchment in person and proudly stand beside you and our community of staff to congratulate you on this significant achievement, your graduation day. But no one becomes a graduate on their own. We all rely on others to get us through, to encourage, to provide sustenance, simply to be there. So to the friends and family of all our graduates, I also extend our thanks and appreciation to you. And maybe now the graduates actually might stand up, turn towards your family and friends, and give them a well-deserved round of applause. Go on. So that round of applause on your first few paychecks may help to rebalance things. Now, to the staff who have helped you bring you to this day, I also extend again my deep thanks and appreciation. You too have had to adapt, to change, to overcome. Because COVID challenged education in a way none of us could ever have predicted. And yet, today, we have worthy graduates here before us, knowledgeable and skilled. And that process of change, of course, continues on a daily basis with our new journey to create a new technological university that will challenge and disrupt conventional thinking. And I very much look forward to our journey together, to our transformation. And our transformation will become part of a wider transformation. The transformative power of education. Education is transformative. Education changes lives. It changes families. I firmly believe in the transformative power of education. And this too is part of our DNA. Now you, as the inaugural alumni of our new university, you have the responsibility to use that transformative power that's been placed upon you to make a difference, to make an impact on people's lives and on the world within which we live. On this historic day, as I look out at the graduates of our new university, stand tall and stand proud. What you have achieved is immense. Along with my colleagues, I will watch your continued journey with great interest and pride as you navigate your next steps in life and begin the next chapter in your story. And so to the class of 2021 and the inaugural graduates of the Technological University of the Shannon, I wish you the best of luck and heartfelt congratulations. Gurabina Magov Galer.
Thank you, President, and thank you for the outline of your enormous ambition for our regions, the Midlands and Midwest, and that you, our graduates, are the building blocks of realising that ambition that we have going forward. So the final duty, but important duty, of the President here this evening is to announce the Student of the Year in the Faculty of Business and Hospitality. And the Student of the Year is Ciara Blackweir-Caden. Thank you. Congratulations, Ciara. Ladies and gentlemen, Chairman, colleagues, and now graduates, the class of 2021, that concludes our conferring ceremony. It would be remiss of me not to acknowledge the enormous work that has been invested in the past number of weeks to ensure that today's graduation ceremony could be conducted back on campus rather than virtually. Therefore, I'd like to thank our staff who have made today run so smoothly, in particular our registry department under the leadership of Marguerite Murphy, Caroline and all the team. Our quality office, Cora and Mary, under the leadership of our assistant registrar and head of quality, Mary Good. Cora, your diligence in ensuring the distribution of parchments efficiently, effectively today is commendable, so thank you, Cora. To our faculty administrators led by Siobhan Fitzmaurice, who's standing here in the wings, and all of your team. Thank you for all your great work over the past number of weeks and days, and also the enormous contribution you make over the years of our graduates in terms of supporting them. I think you'll agree with me that this arena has been transformed to be one of the most incredible conferring centres that I've witnessed in my career. It's been set up with a dedication to be a safe and welcoming venue for us all here today to celebrate your conferring. This is in no small part thanks to our estates team led by Jerry Doonan, and they have done incredible work in transforming this wonderful venue for us, and I'd like to thank them most sincerely. A special word of thanks too to our Estates Manager, Cormac Cloonan, our Health and Safety Officer, Fergus Sweeney, and they have been particularly guiding us in terms of setting up our ceremonies to comply with all public health guidelines. Thank you too to the Head of Student Services, Ms Sarah Lecumber, for all of her work and that of the team in the smooth conduct of this ceremony, including the usage of the multi-purpose hall where you got gowned today, and the canteen. And in that regard, I'd like to thank Paul Coburn and David Kelly for the catering service and their provision of a snack for you today to aid you on your way home post our ceremony. Again, I'd like to thank the 2nd Brigade Army Band for their contribution to today's ceremony under the stewardship of Captain Thomas Kelly. I think it has been an uplifting and joyous contribution, so thank you all sincerely in the band. So we invite you, our graduates, and your guests to the main canteen to avail of a snack before you leave us. To adhere to the public health guidelines and to ensure your safety, it's a takeaway service. But I know that you will be back to us as new students and new graduates, and at that stage I sincerely hope to celebrate it with a cup of tea the next time. So graduates, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our graduation ceremony for 2021. We congratulate the class of 21 for your significant accomplishment, and I can now proudly call you a member of the inaugural TUS alumni community. Along with all of my colleagues, I wish you continued success, happiness, health, and personal fulfilment in your future careers and lives. We hope that you enjoyed the rest of your special day and evening safely in the company of your family and friends. So now if you can please rise. The 2nd Brigade Band will play us out as the academic procession leaves the arena. And I now invite on this occasion our graduates from the top of the hall nearest the stage to join our academic procession row by row as we leave. Ganari and Boherlat Galer.